All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Crypto Talk with Bitcoin Brandon. Going to get started in just 1 second. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be dispensing financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestions, and it is up to you to make an informed decision on whether or not you want to move forward. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Stay focused. Don't get distracted. There's so many things out there that can distract you in this crypto space. You have limited resources. Now, this is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Tonight is my busy night. I also do presentations on this night. So at the top of the hour, I have my KGX presentation for those that want to learn more about cryptocurrency, how to get yourselves positioned in it the right way. And today's been an interesting day as well. I inadvertently did a live and I did Facebook by accident. And I was reminded why I don't use Facebook anymore. But then I came to YouTube and I got shut down on YouTube, but I was doing it through my phone. So I don't know. I was up in the hills. I don't know if there was some kind of a issue or connection or what. So I'm going to have to finish that topic another time. I might do it tomorrow. about those of you that are worried about the year is almost over and you have not accomplished or achieved your goals yet. You still have time. So I'll do that one tomorrow for those that were listening in. And let me turn on my, let me turn on screen share so you can actually see the articles. All right, so should be able to see my screen in a couple of seconds. But I see who do we have on? We got Mafus. I see you, Mafus. Denisha, right. So the Logic Thinker. Guys, ever want to get a shout out? Make sure you say something in the chat box. I'll call your name. All right, first up. And let me put this in the chat box. What's the U.S. Congress doing? First up, U.S. congressmen discuss blockchain with IBM and MIT. Blockchain is ready for government. You hear that? They're saying the blockchain is ready for the government. So always has been. The question is the government ready for blockchain? That's the question. During the past year, several large institutions have begun lobbying for clearer regulations on the issue of blockchain as to further the adoption and development of the technology. Yesterday potentially saw advancements being made in this area as members from the U.S. Congressional Blockchain Caucus met with IBM to discuss potential use cases for blockchain within fields such as ID systems, supply chains, and payments. This comes following IBM's release of the report, The Impact of Blockchain for Government Insights on Identity, Payments, and Supply Chain, which created in cooperation with the U.S. Congressional Blockchain Caucus. In summary, the report touches on a myriad of blockchain-related matters within those fields, and it stems from a number of roundtable discussions between Jerry Cuomo, the CTO and Vice President for Blockchain Technology at IBM, Thomas Harjono, the Technical Director at MIT, and the two U.S. representatives, David Swikert and Jairus Polis. More specifically, MIT and IBM had 3 meetings with congressional representatives in which they conferred on the importance of government funding of blockchain ventures, as well as the need for so-called regulatory sandboxes, which the state could use to trial new technologies before introducing these to the wider market. In a press call following the latest meeting, Cuomo stressed that although experts could continue to study blockchain nearly indefinitely, the technology will need to become widely available for the general populace sooner or later. And I agree with that. He went on to note that it is time for the U.S. to start acting when it comes to developing blockchain innovation that can be used in daily life before adding that blockchain is ready for government. Let's get government ready for blockchain. Finally, the United States government seems to be waking up. But we're behind the 8 ball on this. Furthermore, it was seen that the roundtable discussions were conducted by a set of people who are all open to blockchain technology. Jared Polis has previously proposed turning the state of Colorado into a national center for blockchain innovation in business and government, essentially using it as a testing ground for blockchain-based solutions. Polis also noted that Colorado has only seen a sliver of the technology's potential, although he also added that a legal framework for blockchain implementation and development is sorely needed. Moreover, Paulus also pointed to blockchain technology as a possible solution for the real lack of trust in centralized institutions in the U.S. In addition to this, the group had discussed cryptocurrency taxation and touched on several other blockchain-related topics. Notably, this is the second news in less than a week from the Blockchain Caucus following Congressman Tom Emmer's introduction of 3 groundbreaking cryptocurrency and blockchain-related bills. All right, that's good news coming from the government starting to pay attention positively. Yesterday, I read about the IRS and the government saying that they need to chill out. All right, this next article I want to read. Nearly all major cryptocurrencies in the red. No, I don't want to read that one. This one I do. Yes. JP Morgan widens blockchain payments to more than 75 banks. Now, this is funny. And why is it funny to me? This is Jamie Dimon's company. So one thing that I always say is follow what people do, not what people say. Why? Because they can say whatever they want. There's an agenda behind what they're saying. So they're telling you one thing while they're actually doing something else. So literally a year ago, Jamie Dimon was out there blasting crypto, calling Bitcoin a scam, threatening to fire anybody in his company he sees messing with Bitcoin. 2 days later, he's buying up all the Bitcoin assets on the Swedish market exchange, and he gets sued and found guilty for market manipulation. That was 1 year ago. Fast forward today, JP Morgan is partnered with the company leading the way to bring blockchain to the entire financial institution of Australia. And here, less than a week later, I hear news of this. JP Morgan widens blockchain payments to more than 75 banks. Here's the thing, guys. If you hear millionaires and billionaires being all negative to crypto, at the end of the day, there's still going to be crypto millionaires and billionaires because they're going to get in on it. While you say, oh, I listened to you and I didn't do it. But they did. That's why crypto education is important, so you can make your own intelligent, informed decisions. So this, JP Morgan widens blockchain payments. More than 75 of the world's biggest banks, you hear this, are turning to blockchain to fight the threat of new payments rivals in what will be the regulated banking industry's largest application of the distributed ledger technology underpinning cryptocurrencies. More than 70 banks, including Societe Generale and Santander, are joining the Interbank Information Network, which JP Morgan, Royal Bank of Canada, and ANZ have been testing for 11 months to see if blockchain technology can speed up payments that are not run-of-the-mill. Okay, stop right there. 11 months ago, it was 2017. So literally 1 month after Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, ran his mouth criticizing this, the very next month, they began testing of the blockchain technology and if it can speed up their payments. They didn't, and that didn't just happen overnight. They didn't just make a decision, oh yeah, let's do it. They had to go in months preparing for this, setting it up. So he was already setting all this up while at the same time he was publicly bashing crypto. Unbelievable. Says the idea is that a mutually accessible ledger across banks would allow them to quickly resolve issues such as compliance checks, faulty addresses, or missing data, which can lead to payments being held up for weeks. The banks expect to put about 14,500 US dollars denominated payments a day through the enlarged network. Payment is one of the segments banks worry most about in terms of ceding to non-bank competition, said Jason Goldberg, banks analyst at JP Morgan. Blockchain is a way to keep more of that payment business in-house. There is no comprehensive data on how much market share has been won by payments startups using technology to offer cheaper services. But individual companies have achieved significant scale, including UK-based TransferWise, which processes more than $3 billion or £3 billion in payments every month. Emma Loftus, head of global payments and receivables at JP Morgan Treasury Services, said that IIN would help protect its businesses. One of the complaints that the non-banks have been pointing out relates to these frictional processes in the existing cross-border payment mechanism. She said, given that things like blockchain are addressing some of these age-old problems, we're able to solve the problems ourselves. Ms. Loftus said only a small percentage of total payments instructions get held up, but it can take up to 2 weeks to resolve any issues, making it a significant pain point for clients. Apparently, simple cross-border payments can involve a chain of 3 or 4 companies because banks can only send payments directly to other banks with which they have correspondent relationships. When the instruction has missing or faulty information, or banks have to make additional compliance checks, they have to send queries back through the payments chain, bank by bank, until it reaches someone who has the information and can send it back along the same path. Accessing all the information through the blockchain creates a distributed ledger that all banks can query in real time, allowing for near instant resolution of issues. The IIN also facilitates secure peer-to-peer messaging. The number of transactions put through the IIN will expand exponentially as the number of participating banks increases. JP Morgan plans to continue adding banks and also hopes to expand the IIN offering into payments in non-US currencies. If you look at IIN in terms of what blockchain applications are live, there are very few, and most of them are either in pilot or proof of concept stage, said Umar Farouk, head of blockchain at JP Morgan. This is the single biggest. So there you got it. We're talking about 75 banks, major banks around the world are about to get put on here. All right, this article I do want to read. Cryptocurrency isn't reinventing money, it's reinventing value. Wait a second. Didn't I have this one saved for tomorrow? Let me go back and take a look at something here. See what we're talking about. Blockchain's ready for government. Nearly all cryptocurrencies are in the red. Okay, yes, I did say that, so I got to cover it. All right, we're going to cover this one. I'll cover that other one tomorrow morning. That's a major one, this one right here. Cryptocurrency isn't reinventing money, it's reinventing value. So that's going to be tomorrow morning. So let me put this one in here. Nearly all major cryptocurrencies in the red as market takes a tumble. So I'll put the link here. Let's look at the market right now. Now, what do we see? Let's refresh. All right, it's starting to flatten out. Those of you that had all your coins in Tether, you might want to pull them out and put them into the market, which is what people are doing right now. So Bitcoin still at 6,400. We've flattened out for the time being. You know, all of these were in almost double-digit red this morning. So it's turning around. So this is when people say, when do you know when to buy? Right now, when it flattens. And then you got to watch it, though, because if it decides to take another downturn, pull those suckers out, put them back in Tether or sell until it flattens again. And then you buy and wait for it to start to come back up. Okay, nearly all major cryptocurrencies in the red as market takes a tumble. The past 24 hours has not been a pretty sight for those closely following the cryptocurrency market. Although the last week's gains have not been entirely erased, the market as a whole has decreased by a significant amount so far this week. In fact, the total cryptocurrency market cap is at the time of writing at around 207 billion. So that was just a couple of hours ago, 207 billion. And right now it is 212 billion. So it's went up about 5 billion since this morning. Although this is still comfortably north of the $200 billion barrier that the crypto market cap rose above last week, it nonetheless constitutes a drop of more than 10 billion in mere days. The following market visualization from Coin360 highlights the losses across the board witnessed during the past 24 hours. Several of the major coins are colored deep red, signifying substantial day-over-day losses. Look at all red, except Tether's in the green. Doge is in the green. Nevertheless, these price decreases should be viewed against the context of last week's significant gains for most major cryptocurrencies. We have previously covered how last week saw some impressive bull runs, such that as XRP, Ripple, which increased by more than 100%. See that? Increased by more than 100%. Bitcoin has seen some drastic losses during the day. However, the premier cryptocurrency is known to generally be less volatile than other smaller currencies and has subsequently only seen losses of a comparatively mild 3.01%. Nevertheless, this means that Bitcoin is now trading at 64.27, which has decreased the overall crypto market cap by a significant amount. Let's see, anything else here important? Let's talk about Ripple. Ripple has also lost a substantial 13.10% during the past 24 hours and has decreased to a price of 0.45 cents. So, however, it should be noted that this comes following Ripple's atmospheric gains during the past week. Litecoin has lost 3.91% of its value and is now trading at a level of $56.29. Dogecoin at the time of writing pegged at the same exact price that crypto opened at 24 hours ago. Tether is the only larger coin that is showing gains. You need to stop this right now. See, this just tells me whoever wrote this article, they still don't get it. Tether is not about gains or losses. Tether is used as a safe haven. When the market's going up, Tether's in the red. When the market's going down, Tether's in the green. I don't understand why this is so difficult. These writers, these beat writers, they were claiming that, Tether is manipulating the market. No, we are manipulating Tether. We're using Tether for what it's designed for. I don't have to sell my coins to keep them safe. You understand that? But these writers don't seem to get it. Tether is the only coin showing green. It's supposed to. When the market is in the red, everybody's pulling their coins out and putting it in Tether. But nobody's holding Tether to earn a profit. It's safe zone. My little safe space in the crypto world. All right. That is it for Late Night Crypto Talk. I got my KGX presentation coming up in 30 minutes. So anybody that needs or is looking for education, which based on my experience, it is invaluable. You can't put a price tag on it because it will save you time, heartache and pain, and the loss of a whole lot of money if you get educated. And Cryptogenics is here to educate you. So you don't have to spend hundreds of hours searching on YouTube and Google trying to find the right information. So if you want to know more about how to get your crypto education, then you want to hop on 30 minutes from now, which is at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, on www.kgxglobal.info. kgxglobal.info. All right, with that, thank you guys for hopping on. I apologize for the technical difficulty on my Facebook Live earlier. I will be back. I'm going to do early morning crypto talk tomorrow. But sometime in the afternoon, I will turn the camera on and continue the conversation that the year is not over yet. You still have time to achieve your dreams and goals. It was this time last year where most people were giving up on the year. I was almost giving up. Yet I ended up making more than 6 figures before the rest of the year is out in 3 months because of crypto. So it is not too late. So I'm going to go over that tomorrow. You should get alert. If you have not done so, make sure you hit the like button on below the video. And make sure that you're subscribed and you click on alert so you're alerted the next time I go live. Everybody have a great evening. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Bitcoin Brandon out. God bless. Bye-bye.